what are those things? What are those criteria? Because when it comes to building portfolios, one of the major things is people run away from the whole concept because they think it's such a very technical, very stressful process. But actually, it's quite not. And there is a process to it, and there's a way to achieve it, and there's a way to build it. And this is basically what today's conversation is going to be about. So my name is Treasure Akyopo. I am an AI project manager, a career coach, and basically partnerships lead here at Analytics Business. So I'm going to be speaking on all these different aspects, showing you how you can basically make use of your AI tool to build a portfolio that can help you land a job on a global perspective. So that is what today's conversation is majorly going to be about. But I would really like to know if you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up so we can get started ASAP. All right, thank you, Bolanle. Is Bolanle the only one on the call? We have Bukola, we have Palmer. We are a lot more than that, and I would like to get acknowledgement from everyone on the call. Okay, the very interesting thing is this call is going to be as interactive as possible. If you have any questions, if there's anything you want the chat that you might have. Okay, so I would like to do like a round of introduction. I want to get to know you as much as you know who I am. So like I mentioned earlier, my name is Treasure Akyopo, and lead the team at Analytics Business, an AI projects manager, and also a career coach. Okay, so I want to show you one of the major things that would help you land a global role, and that is your tech portfolio. But like I said, I've introduced myself, and I very much want to meet everyone on the call. So if you could be so kind, please put in the chat what your name is, what you currently do, and basically your LinkedIn profile and where you're joining us from. Okay, so I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, but I'm working for companies across the globe. So I want to know where each and everyone on this call is currently joining in from. So please put that in the chat, your name, what you currently do, your location, and your LinkedIn profile. You might want to ask, why am I asking for your LinkedIn profile? Because we have like a lot of individuals that join this call. They are CEOs, they are HR professionals, they are business owners. It will be a very good way for you to network with these individuals and ensure that you are potentially going to be able to land a role at the end of the day. Okay, so this is why, that is also requested of you. My colleague Tolulokpe as well would be dropping the attendance form. It is very, very important that you fill out that form because it is one way for you to get access to the material we're sending across, the slides, and so on and so forth. But if you don't fill it out, you're not going to be able to access it. So please ensure that you do that as soon as possible. Okay, so now back to individuals where you're joining us from. Please, guys, a lot of you all are on this call. I would really love your participation. You took out time on a busy Friday evening to be here. You might as well just get the best of the session that you've joined today. So I'm just going to go through the chats and go through the individuals that have posted their information. So first off, you have Bolanle Okesola. I didn't get your location or what you're doing, but welcome to the call. We have Olainka, who is a lecturer from Lagos. We also have Peter, currently serving in NYSC. We have Eminence, who is in Lagos, currently working as a data entry officer. We have Palmer Godstime, who is currently from Ikorodu, Lagos State. He's working as a mechanical engineering assistant. We have Onye, a professional teacher, joining from Port Harcourt. Please, guys, as you're coming in, please just put it in the chat, your name, your location, what you currently do, and your LinkedIn profile. This is going to help, network with different individuals that joined this call. Okay. So we also have Timmy. Timmy is a product designer who is joining from Ibadan. Okay. So Like you can see on my screen, and thank you so much for everyone who participated. Please and please ensure you fill out the attendance form. It is super important. Okay. So we have Abraham Blessing, who is an accounting graduate from Port Harcourt. We have Ayomide Akinola from Ogun State, data analyst slash scientist. We also have, oh, Bolale is a data analyst from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you so much for putting up all those information. Really, really nice to meet each and every one of you. Sarah, business development manager from Benin City. So, as you can see on my screen, and please confirm you can see my slides. If you can see my slides, give me a thumbs up. If that is popping up on your screen right about now, give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Eminence. Thank you, Sarah, Palmer. Okay, all right, thank you, everyone. So today's conversation is going to focus on a very, very strong aspect. I can see that we have quite a number of data analysts on the call. One of the major things when you apply for jobs, especially like in the UK, US, apart from your CV, there's this very key aspect. They either ask you for your website or your portfolio. So how can you build a tech portfolio without previous job experience, without previous tech experience? What are the things that you need to build? And the portfolio is one of the very key documents they require from you when you apply for this role. It's one of the things that can determine if you get the job opportunity or if you don't. Okay. Apart from like your interviews, these are one of the very starting documents they require from you. A lot of people struggle with how to build a portfolio. You have someone with over 20, 30, 40 plus years of experience, but then they don't have a portfolio. And when they ask them, oh, go create one, it seems like a very strong mountain to get across. But today's conversation is supposed to direct you how you can use AI to achieve this in a matter of minutes. I built an AI portfolio in a matter. I didn't even do much. I just prompted the AI tool and it was up and running. Okay. You can either have it in a website format, you can have it in a slide format, you can have it whatever way you want to do it. At the end of the day, the portfolio is just supposed to show these are the things you've been able to do during the course of your career, and these are your achievements. Okay, so without further ado, let's not waste so much time. Let's get right into business. So I would like to know why you joined today's conversation. Why is this very important to myself? I'm leading this conversation not to talk from an abstract point of view or from like an outsider looking in. I want to ensure that this conversation meets you at your point of need. What does that mean? Why did you join the call today? Do you want to learn how to build your portfolio? Are you looking at, oh, how can I improve my skills? Are you looking at, oh, what are the best tech skills right now that are landing people those global roles, landing them those roles that pay salary? Are you looking at, oh, I've been struggling that I'm too old, or I just started out. I don't know which of these pathways would be a very good fit for me. Why did you join today's call? You could be so kind in the next 1 minute or so, kindly put that in the chat. I'm sorry if I'm stressing you. This is just going to give us a basis of how today's conversation is going to run and to ensure that whatever I'm talking about is not on an abstract setting. It meets at least a good chunk of the sample size in today's conversation. So why did you join? Are you looking to get more tech skills? Are you looking to get into tech? Are you looking to upgrade what you do? What is the reason you joined today's call? Please just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. It is really, really important. So we have a conversation that features you as a person in today's conversation. Okay. So if at any point you have any questions, you're not clear, I have the chat just pinned at the right side of my screen. So I'm always looking at it to ensure I don't miss your questions, to ensure that I'm giving you as much value, because you're not paying, but your time is a very good value currency for you to be on this call. Okay. So now we have responses coming in and you can see them as much as I can. To upskill, Thomas mentioned to upskill. Ayeden said to learn more about tech. Palmer says, I want to build a new skill and land a better job. Eminence says to develop tech skills. Danny says to upgrade. Sulaiman says to add value to myself. Sarah says to get more tech skills. I joined to become a better data analyst and then to have tech skills. I would like to say that the consensus, about 85 to 90% of you here are looking to get tech skills, which is fantastic. I started off in the health field, and currently, right now, I'm a tech professional. My own goal then was to look at how can I make more money. Okay. I really didn't want to have to do the 9 to 5. I didn't want to be in hospital going on calls. And no shame to the fantastic medical professionals that are doing that, but I wanted a different part. I wanted good grasp of my time. I wanted to work remotely and so on and so forth. And then it doesn't hurt that you're getting an extra 2,000 USD per contract that you're able to land. I have taught people how to also build that, and this is why I have the privilege on also being on this call. Jeffrey says the form is not opening. Tolu, please ensure that you support Jeffrey on doing that. And the attendance form is pinned to the chat. Please go ahead to fill that. Okay. So I'd like to start the conversation by saying there are different categories of people on this call based off what you've mentioned. Okay. The first set of individuals are individuals who are exhausted. Okay. Like myself, I was doing a 9 to 5. Okay. Going to the office, coming back. It wasn't a 9 to 5. It was a 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. because I would get up, leave my bed, do all the other things before I go through transport, before I get to the office. It was 6 to 9. Getting to the office, it was quite exhausting. I am totally drained. And I'm expected to, give my best of best. Okay. So this has been going on for years, a year, 2 years. And I'm like, I can't continue like this. Okay. Imagine your highest salary for the last 5 years. Okay. Or even the last 10, 15 years. You are still on a 500,000 to 1 million naira salary points. That at this, with the cost of living, it doesn't equate. Okay. So someone with 20 years of experience should be earning over 150,000 to 180,000 USD, at the end of the year. But if you translate that into the naira value, it doesn't correlate. So this is one set of individuals we have on today's conversation. Okay. The next set of individuals is, you have been in the same role for the last 5 years. You've not been promoted. You've not added one dime to your paycheck. The only reason is, they keep giving people that they have relationship. The bureaucracy when you're coming to the career ladder is quite insane. So how can you step back from that, earn money, improve your financial capability? What is the best way to achieve that? That is another set of individuals we have on the call. And then finally, you have people that you see your friends travel abroad. You see your friends, build careers for themselves, and you wonder that, am I in the right pathway? Am I doing what I need to do? Or how can I improve? But then you have all these questions in your head, like, I've been working here for the last 20 years. Am I going to go start all over as a tech professional? I have 60 years of age. I am fresh out of school. I'm not really sure what's going to be a good fit for me. This is another set of individual. Today's conversation is to highlight how you can be able to get job opportunities, building your tech portfolio to achieve those goals. Okay, so this is what we're going to do in today's call. So let me tell you what I'm going to show you in today's conversation. We're looking at what are those AI skills that will enable you land a job within 2 months, within 3 months, within 6 months of going through the process. There are different AI skills, and year in, year out, you have people talking about, come and do this, come and do that. There's literally like an information overload. So what AI skill would be best for me? Okay, I am someone who is extroverted. I'm someone that likes to talk. What AI skill would I learn that would improve what I currently do and help me land a role? That was how I got into project management, because I like to lead. I like to talk to people. Okay. But there are individuals that they love numbers. They basically want to be able to generate insight. There are people who want to build websites, but they don't want to have to write a single line of code. This is what AI is eliminating day out. Okay. The next set of people are looking at, how can I build a tech portfolio without previous tech experience? I have never done anything tech related. I'm a forex trader, I'm a teacher, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor. I want to come into tech. Okay. Is it that I have to now start coding, or is it that I have to start getting one skill that I'm not, like, someone will be talking to me and I'm so confused? How can I build a portfolio without any of this experience? This is another thing we're going to look at. Okay. The next thing we're going to look at is what type of experience do employers need from you so that they can know that you are the best candidate for the job? The very funny story is your 10, your 15, your 20 plus years currently working in Nigeria, it holds no weight when it comes to a global standpoint. It is so sad that you might have spent 5, 6, 7, 8 years in the current role that they are looking for, and they might not look your way. Why? Because they feel like the level of experience we have here at home in Africa is very different from what they face on a global setting. So they're looking for someone who has US, Canadian, UK work experience. Some even say, would you be needing visa sponsorship? Yes, no. Immediately you click yes, you're automatically disqualified. So how can you get those experience that can help you land the roles that you need? How can you get foreign experience to boost your portfolio? This is another thing that the conversation is going to look at. And then finally, how can I start today? The story about making money on a global setting is when it comes to AI, there is a humongous gap. Okay. The companies are looking at which individuals have all these necessary AI skill, who has the portfolio to achieve what I need. But then we don't have the matching supply for the demand of AI skills that are required. So how can you be the next individual that will be part of the testimonials, part of individuals that are building high skill projects across the globe? This is what we're going to look at today. So without further ado, let's do a bit of introduction into the company. So the name of the company is 10Analytics, and this is the business arm, 10Analytics business. We are looking at how can we help you break into tech. It comes from different perspectives. For individuals that have never done anything tech-oriented, how can you get those skill set? For you that are current professionals, how can you learn roles and make money from it? So we look at it in two ways. You get the necessary skills and you are able to make money from it at the end of the day. This is what we focus on as a company. So 10Analytics is actually based out of Alberta, Canada, and you also have it in London, UK. In the last 5 years, not to brag, we've helped over 4,000, I'm not saying one, I'm not saying two, 4,000 plus people who did not have not a single prior experience when it comes to tech, transition from that to working in full-on tech roles. Okay, imagine I'm a marketing manager, and when you finish the program, you become a marketing data analyst. You see that you did not leave what you currently know, you just added a tech skill to what you currently do. Okay, imagine I'm a nurse, and at the end of the day, I become a healthcare project manager. Okay, or a healthcare data officer. This is how you infuse tech in every single industry, and this is what we've been able to do. Okay, we have over 172 full-time staff across the world with over 300 plus industry experts. Okay, so we've done this for a lot of people. You don't believe me? You don't even need to take my word for it. Go on YouTube, type analytics, type analytics business, let the testimonials pop up, and you can go through it yourself. Okay, I would share some as I move along the slides. So let's get into a proper. Okay, I guess I need to also introduce myself. So like I mentioned, my name is Treasure Akyopo. I'm currently the consulting and partnership lead at 10Analytics business, and I'm also an AI project manager. So I'm working with 3 different companies as an AI project manager, companies in the US, Canada, as well as the UK, while also handling partnerships. And I've been able to do this by trial and error till I perfected a particular solution that works end-to-end for myself, and I've translated that information to different individuals, helping over 150 people. I've helped a 60-plus-year-old man be able to land a role as a full director or projects manager, a couple of months back, okay? And I've also helped other individuals, people that have graduated from school, people that are working, because you think that to apply for a job is easy. You don't know that to apply and look for a job is a full-on job itself. So this is something that we've done so far. And to show as much credibility in what we do, we've partnered with not just simple organizations, the likes of MTN, Kuda, Arik Air. These are people that reach out to us to provide training for their staff, just to verify the information provided. So let's get into the main order of business. The webinar, like I said, I've gone through this, are built for individuals like you. You might be thinking that, oh, when it comes to AI, I'm not a tech professional. How do I get into it? That these are all just sappy stories we tell ourselves. If you really want to put your mind into it, you can get it done. I have a lot of friends who got into Forex because, oh, it was that thing that was going to get money, on the table. But right now, do you know that you can use AI to predict the markets? Whether it's the stock market, you're looking at the financial markets, crypto markets, you have bots that does this. And we have Forex traders that actually came on the program and say, oh, I want to create a predictive bot that can help me, predict how the market will function. Okay. So they ended up creating AI tools that help them in what they currently do. This is not them becoming, getting jobs and so on and so forth, but it's making money for them at the end of the day. Okay. You have people who are teaching, oh, Treasure, how am I going to get AI into what I currently do? There are 1,001 edtech coming up day in, day out. Okay. People are looking at, oh, how can I analyze my students? Who are the slow learners? Who are the fast learners? How can I create curriculum that fits individuals? How can I get classes exciting for people? How can I grade my courses? This is where AI is coming in the health space, in the FMCG space, engineering industry. Everywhere is booming with AI. Companies are reaching out to us, oh, come train my staff on how to make use of AI. Funny thing is, they are weeding out people who do not know how to make use of this tool. It might sound like, oh, this is something that people say over and over again is happening. And you really don't want to be, caught in that crossfire when it gets to your turn. You want to be fully prepared, okay? So at the moment, we have 72% employers globally that are looking for AI talent. 72. I'm not saying one, I'm not saying two. The companies that I work with, we hire every 2 days, AI something, sorry, every 2 weeks rather, AI this, AI that. They are looking for people who can actually hone those skills. And this is, going on a global level. 67% people get a higher pay once you just mentioned you are an AI project, you are an AI data, you are an AI business, you are an AI healthcare professional, you get to earn more than the regular. And you know the very funny thing, as a project manager, I struggle to build a Gantt chart. It would take me 2 weeks just to do my requirements gathering phase. The funny thing is, AI will do that for that same thing in less than 10-15 minutes. And just because I know how to operate the AI tool that is doing it, I earn about 5%, 10% more than somebody who does not know how to do it and who spends more time. It seems very interesting to look at, to say the least, but that's the reality. So we have 41 countries right now that is already reporting this shortage. So who are you? This is the individuals that we have on the call. So they are students, job seekers, we can get any of these individuals in this category to land a role. We can show you how to achieve this, not just by oh, come to class, come watch this video. No, it is by building, by working on projects that can help you hit and achieve those goals. Story time. Okay, we have 1.6 million open AI roles globally, as against 518,000 qualified candidates. That means half of that, they're still looking for people to match it. So the gap is the shortage that is currently going wider and wider day in, day out, because we don't have enough people to hit the number of jobs that are open out there. So how can we ensure that you can be one of those qualified candidates that land these job opportunities? Okay, so these are all the things that are currently provided. It takes about 66 days, not one, not two, not three. You're looking at close to 2.5 to 1/4 month to be able to fill an AI role, because it takes specific, special, not special, let me not use that word, individuals that have a clear understanding of these AI tools to be able to land these roles. Trust me, it is not anything out of this world. It is learning how to use this tool, becoming an expert in it, being able to showcase that you know how to use the tool before you're able to land these roles. Okay. Just to give a bit of context, the individuals that we've helped, let's take it from 2025. We have some individuals in 2026. If you're looking at visa sponsored roles, especially in the healthcare space, the NHS is one of the biggest to get into this. Okay, so Ahmed was able to get into our data analytics program just because he was able to get the reference letter. He was able to build the skill set to land it. Okay, the very next person we have is Zulia. Zulia was able to join our business analysis program, and at the end of it, she became a project officer. Then we also have Ade. Ade is also working as a senior project manager in the NHS as well. So I usually like to state this looking at a case study. What is that case study? You have Olusegun. Olusegun was a student who joined the program and said, "Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to get into AI. I really don't know what that would look like for me." But then at the end of the day, he reaped bountifully. Okay, what does that basically mean? So Olusegun was an operations manager for a logistic company in Lagos, Nigeria. You see that his background is finance. He never, not for once, did anything tech AI related, except from, maybe Microsoft Excel, building dashboards and so on and so forth. He wanted to take it a step further. He wanted to build a better career that would land him a role globally. So what did he do? He joins the AI automation program, and then he was able to complete his program by January 2026. While getting his certificate, he was able to land a remote role with a company in Canada as an AI automation engineer. After that, he started receiving requests from different companies. Oh, can you help me automate this process, automate that? And based off it, he was able to set up his own consultancy in April 2026. So how was he able to achieve this? This is basically like his experience skill set. The very first one thing is building your skill. So there are different AI roles, but the top three that is booming right now is AI automation engineering. That covers software, that covers the AI software content, everything is under AI automation engineering. The next one is AI for data and HR. Data analytics and HR analytics. Data analytics is the foundational program of, I want to be able to generate insight. For every company to move forward, they need to understand their data and make decisions based off that data. But nobody wants to go and use Excel to say, I want to build dashboard. I'm still going to clean my data, analyze the data before I'm building my dashboard. It doesn't go like that anymore. There are actual AI tools that would clean the data, analyze the data, build the report end to end. Okay, if you want to build a real-time dashboard that updates in real time, let's say you're working in the finance sector, and every time there's a transaction, you want that populated on the dashboard. So you don't even need to wait for end of month to start populating the information. AI can build a full-on dashboard like that. Okay, the next one is the AI business analysis and projects management. So this comes in two ways. Every company is looking at, I want to generate profits. I want to continuously generate profits. And for me to do that, I need to find what are those loopholes that we're struggling with, and how can I ensure that the profit keeps on coming. The only way to know that is looking at your activities as against, what are those things that are not properly in place? Is it my finances? Is it the way operations are done? This is where AI comes in to resolve those solutions. And because of all those loopholes, you are able to better your process and improve your business. So this leads me to your tech portfolio. How can I build my tech portfolio as an AI automation engineer, as an AI data analyst, as an AI business analyst, as however the case may be? Okay. So building your AI automation portfolio, you really just need three main projects. Okay. So when it comes to projects, even as a doctor, you would have worked on a particular project, you would have built something. Okay. So, or you would have led an organization to do something. So when it comes to tech, you're looking at, how can you use AI to achieve that goal? Okay. So like I said, you can have it as a website, you can have it as a slide. So this is going to be an example of a slide. Okay. So I created a pseudo, for just this purpose, a case study. The AI automation person, this is an AI automation portfolio of Chinedu. Okay. So automation that pays for itself in 1 quarter. The portfolio that you're creating, you need to know it is selling you. Please, for whoever is going to be creating your portfolio, ensure that your photo is also stated here. Ensure that your contact details is stated in your portfolio. Your phone number, your email, your LinkedIn, you can even have a link to your resume. This should be a one-stop shop that contains about your achievements and everything that pertains to you. Your portfolio needs to show your best work. When I say your best work, I've had someone, we're looking to hire a graphics designer, and then some of the things we're seeing is just like the regular. No, your portfolio should put your best foot forward. Okay. So Chinedu is an AI automation engineer. He has built 3 production systems for Canadian companies in insurance, freight, and public sector. Okay. So I want to make you understand that I've worked in a diverse, I've worked in different type of industries. Okay. So he's based in Lagos, Nigeria, and he's currently working in Eastern Standard Time, and he builds in CAD. Why am I building my portfolio in this way? I am not trying to cater to a Nigerian audience. You can have multiple portfolios, depending on who your target audience is. If you are looking to get the big wigs in Nigeria, in Africa, fine and good. If you are targeting an audience in the global setting, your portfolio needs to reflect that. See, this is his profile. 7 years removing manual work. In that 7 years, he was able to design and ship production AI automation for Canadian SMEs and scale up claims triage, invoice reconciliation, and bilingual support. This is what he was able to use AI automation to do. You might want to ask me, Treasure, I'm telling you that I've never done anything tech related. How do I build this? Don't worry. If you decide to go through with the process, one thing that we stand for is every single week we are working on projects, because I'm not going to follow you to the interview stage. At the end of the day, you need to show and explain that you actually have those skills. And this is what the conversation is going to be about. I'm not going to sit with you. If I give you the certificate, if the company gives you the certificate, it's your certificate at the end of the day, but it doesn't mean that you have the skill. We are looking to build skill. We're not looking to give you certificates. The very funny story is you don't get your certificate unless you meet the requirements. So if you are looking for a place where you just play it off to get certificate, please and please, you can drop off. There are 1,001 edtechs to get into. But if you are looking at, you want to build a story, you want to build your skill set, you want to know how to do this thing, you want to be an expert on that level and be able to start charging and earning in foreign currency, this is the place to be. Okay. So he has 7 years in software. He has 4 years building, shipping large language models, and he has 11 clients, Canadian clients delivered. You want to know something interesting about what this portfolio does? It quantifies what he does. Okay, I'm going to go further down the slide, but it doesn't just say, oh, I designed this, and calls it a day and say, oh, this is me passing across information. No, it shows his years of experience in numbers, his years of specific required information in numbers. How many people has he worked for? He's not telling you that you're the first person that he's working for. He's building that trust for you. Okay, he's also showing you what bilingual process did he end up building. So these are the different sectors in terms of the mix he has, delivery mix. Is also color coded in a sort of like a pie chart format. So let's now go into this top 3. When you are building your portfolio, please, if you have done like 15, 20, 25 different projects, I don't need to see 25 different projects on your portfolio. I just need to see your top 3, worst case scenario, top 5 best, work that you've done so far. So what have I built with it? So when it comes to building, orchestrated with these different AI tools, I was able to model with the AI tools. I started building with them, and I did my cloud and compliance with these different AI tools. Okay. So when I say AI tools, if you can see my screen, there's LangChain, there's NA10, there is Claude, there's PG Vector, and so on and so forth. So he used different tools to achieve his goal. Then he now went on to talk about each of the top 3 projects he created. Okay, so if you want to tell me that, oh, Treasure, I work as a operation analyst or as an operation person for a college company, Okay, day in, day out, you are handling different projects. You are handling the trucks you have on the road. You are ensuring that it goes from point A to point B. And you've done that for the last 3 years. That's one project. If you are not trying to improve your process, you are looking at, oh, how can I store this information of the different vendors I'm working with? How can I ensure it is in one platform? If someone comes to look at, look for a particular vendor, they just go to one place. There is a source of truth. That is a project. How can I ensure there's a standard of procedure for each of the activities that I'm basically doing? How can I automate it? That is another project. You monitoring the activities day in, day out is another project. Okay. So if you are with me so far, please, put in the chat, let's go. I want to know that you're still here. I want to know you can hear me loud and clear. You're still feeling the session. You've not slept. Please type in the chat, let's go. Okay. I can see quite a number of people on the call, but I don't see a number of responses in the chat. So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I want to know that you are not sleeping. You have your pen and paper so that we can keep moving on. All right, thank you. You all are fantastic. Okay, please ensure that you're also filling out the attendance form. I would really love to reach out to you at the end of the session to see, oh, what are the ways that we can build, what are the ways you can improve your AI processes after all? Okay, so going back to this, the very first one we have is the claims intake triage agents. Okay, so now he went on to show how he was able, no long story, no, I did this, I did that. He's basically showing achievements. What are the other things I've been able to do based off what I was working with? You first notice loss of PDF, faxes, and email thread. And then you are able to create an agent that now extracts policies data, scores severity, checks coverage, and so on and so forth. So there's a problem statement and there's a solution. You cannot just go about creating things, for the fun of it. It needs to resolve a particular issue. Okay. So it also now shows, oh, what was the before in terms of time and after. If I'm spending over 210 minutes to achieve all this goal and I'm now doing it in 9 minutes, you can actually see the benefit of this AI tool. Okay. The very next one is freight invoice reconciliation. The problem statement is 3 clerks spent every week matching carrier invoice to rate confirmation. Why would I have to do that? Why don't I have a unique identifier that, oh, once that comes up, it is easy for me as a clerk to know which invoice is for which race that we're trying to match. This is what AI was able to do, and it's going to change the way the time runs. This applies to more than one thing. If you are in the health sector, you're looking at wait time of your patients. If you are a lawyer, you're looking at, oh, how can I handle my clients at a faster rate? You build AI processes that help with admin work. The next one you have is bilingual support co-pilots. When it comes to the hospital, there are people that, not even hospital. When it comes to Nigeria, we have a lot of languages. There are people that speak outside, there are people that speak Yoruba, and so on and so forth. What if you have a patient who doesn't even speak English at all, and you're trying to help, you're trying to communicate with this person? This is where AI can come in. So whatever you say in English, it can be converted to Yoruba and vice versa. It just makes the process a lot more seamless. That means you're going to be able to reach more patients. This is where customer support, this is where support in general is upgraded with AI. You can see how these projects will go a long way in different sectors. It is not limited to just the medical sector. It is not limited to education. It's not limited, as many as you can humanly think of. This is what AI looks to achieve for you. And you can see all that it helps achieve for this particular person. These are projects that are not saying that, oh, I'm only limited to the healthcare sector or the finance sector. It cuts across different sectors. So you should always make sure that your project does not limit your chances of getting a job opportunity. Your projects will look and fit different scale and processes. And you want to tell me that, oh, Treasure, I have not started working. I just finished school. But in school, you finished, or you were leading your team for a particular project. Okay, let's say you were a chemist, okay, and your lecturer gave you a project to, oh, go solve this, and you led your team to be able to answer the question, resolve the question as required. That is your project portfolio. Do you know the funny thing? If you put it up here, it's not going to highlight you as a student. It's going to highlight you working for your chemistry research processes. You don't even need to state that you are a student. Like I said, when it comes to your portfolio, you need to package. You're not lying. One thing you need not to do is lie, but you can exaggerate the truth to where it needs to be to fit into what is required. And this is what, people on the global scale would love to see. So this is how your project portfolio starts to shape up. The very next thing is it shows the impact. The 3 projects that you put up, there is impact on money, there is impact on time, and there's impact on productivity. This is what global professionals, global recruiters are looking for. Okay. The very next thing is the process. You need to see that every step of the way, it is quantified in numbers. It is not just, oh, I did this, I did that, I did. Nobody really loves to hear the process. Everybody is looking at results. What are the results you were able to gain at the end of the day? Okay. Then, if you're looking to reach out to me, if you're looking to be able to improve your workflow, reach out to Chinedu, put up your profile. Please and please, on your project portfolio, don't go and put a profile where you're not even smiling, where your face is looking serious. You might think that, oh, this thing does not matter. It matters a lot. Ensure, even your LinkedIn profile, make sure that your profile looks warm and receiving. You might say, it's not just a picture. People might just put you up because they don't like how your face is too strong. Ensure that what is in your profile, ensure what is in your portfolio is welcoming and inviting. So you have his email address, you have his LinkedIn profile, you have his phone number. This is a standard portfolio. It is not too much long story. It is not anything. It is a standard portfolio. So you see that you can actually build your portfolio. Go on your CV right now. If you had worked for 5, 6, 7 years and worked for at least 3 companies, you have all your achievements highlighted. You can use that to create your portfolio. Just put your CV, the experience you have in your CV, put it up in ChatGPT, Lovable, Claude, any AI tool that you can think of, and state, I'm looking to build a tech-related portfolio based off my experience in these different companies. And you see what it comes up with. I would most recommend Lovable for this because it's very straightforward in achieving your goal. And then you don't really need to pay any type of subscription. At the very least, if you are just joining, they give like free credit as it comes along. So this helps you build your portfolio without you having to rack your brain. Okay, so if you are struggling with your tech portfolio right now, the key to what you need to do once you basically have an understanding is to just put your CV and ask it to build, and you have your portfolio straight up. You attach your picture and you're good to go. So this portfolio that you have created, please don't create portfolio and say you want to leave it in your folder and you're not keeping it for me. The portfolio should be out there. When I say out there, go on the community where professionals are at and attach it. The very first one of those community we have is LinkedIn. Go to the featured section. The featured section is not for fancy. The featured section is whenever somebody comes on your LinkedIn profile, they need to see the information that pertains to you. Okay, they need to see the achievements you've done. So your LinkedIn profile, attach that attach that portfolio to it. Okay, the very next thing is your CV. Your CV needs to have a certain look and feel to it. Okay, your CV cannot just be anyhow. When it comes to your CV, what are the key things you need to have? The very first thing, your personal details. That should be the very first information. The second thing is the role. You need to know you don't have a one-size-fits-all CV for all roles. What are the things you need? Ensure that if you're applying for a role, the role title should basically be the first thing you see on your CV. If I'm looking for a medical doctor, a gynecologist, and you put medical doctor with 10 years of experience, I'm not going to pick you. If the ACS system is basically quantifying for that job, it's not going to pick you. If I'm looking for a gynecologist, the first thing I should see on the profile is gynecologist with 5 years of experience. If I'm looking for a criminal justice lawyer, I should not be seeing divorce lawyer. Or make sure that what is on the profile is what is pertaining to be on your resume. Ensure that if you're asking me for 5 years of experience, I'm not seeing 10 years of experience on your CV. You say, I have 10 years, I have 15 years of experience. that's not the case here. They would feel that you are overqualified for a role. 10 years of experience, 5 years of experience, give them the 5 years. Worst case scenario, put 6 years. But anything that goes like very, very high, you are actually reducing your chances. A very funny story is the first stage, the recruiters might not look at your CV. You know what's looking at your CV? A bot, an ATS. That is what is quantifying these things. So you want to ensure that your CV is the literal answer to the bot prayer. That is what you want to ensure. Anything beyond that, you're setting yourself up for failure. Once you have your CV good to go, once you have your portfolio good to go, the next thing is your LinkedIn. Oh, Treasure, I don't like to post on LinkedIn. Me, if I don't like to post on LinkedIn, but then I do it. It's no, you cannot be comfortable doing things that you like. Nobody's asking you to like what you're doing. As far as legal, as far as it gets the job done, you have to go out. You need to break out of that comfortable spot. Okay. So your LinkedIn profile needs to reflect the type of person that you are. If you are a senior professional, ensure that that's stated on your LinkedIn profile. Ensure that you are giving insights, here in, here out. Okay, you are basically providing all the necessary information required from you as a professional. Be very active on LinkedIn. Be very active on LinkedIn. The jobs that you see today, some of them are not posted on LinkedIn. If you're looking to get a US, UK, Canada job, yes, you see them on LinkedIn, but the ones that would potentially hire you might not be on LinkedIn. Do you know why? It is not those big companies you are looking at. It is the startup companies. They are the ones willing to bet top dollar for their talent. And you'll not get it by applying for roles. You'll get it by going directly to the DM. See, you are not as rich as, Dangote and the likes. Okay, so you should not feel shy when you do this thing. Reach out to them directly. Don't reach out to your fellow project manager, because that's what you would say. Go to the decision maker. Dear whoever, okay, I looked at your website. Please, there are better settings or better words to use. I can improve this end to end. Go ahead to create a 1 minute, 2 minute video, explain how you look to achieve this. Be a value giver. Don't be someone who is looking to ask for position. No, that's not how you get jobs. If you're looking at a certain field, engineering field for the UK, US, you're looking at people that's going to hire remotely. You're looking for visa sponsored roles. Go to the CEO, go to the COO, go to the CTO. Email them. You can get their emails on Apollo, Lusha, Contact Us. If you don't see their email, message them on LinkedIn. This is why you see that when I was talking about the processes, I didn't say, start applying for jobs. Your portfolio needs to be ready. Your CV needs to be ready. Your LinkedIn needs to be ready. Because when you start to reach out to these individuals, they start to ask you questions. They start to look at your profile. You need to have all of these things set up before you actually go to meet those individuals. Okay, so these are things that would help you land those roles. Okay, so if you are clear so far about the portfolio, if you are not clear, please, now would be a good time to ask your question. If there's anything you feel like you want to ask me pertaining to portfolio, CV, your LinkedIn profile, you could put up the questions on the chat. I'll take one or two, and then we move on to the next stage. If you don't have any questions, just stick with me to the end of this. I have something special for individuals that stay to the end of the masterclass that I'd like to share with those individuals. If you have any question, if you're not clear, if they are feeling like, oh, as a teacher, how do I approach these individuals when I'm looking to get AI rules? Please just put your question in the chat. This is a free session. I want you to be able to get value because you took out time to be on this call. Paul, I see your hand raised. I don't know if that is a question. I don't know if that's a comment. Please put the question in the chat so that I don't disrupt the session and I can respond to that. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat box rather, to respond to your questions. Okay, I would like to think that nobody has any question. If you have gotten value so far, please give me a thumbs up or your favorite emoji. If you have gotten value so far, please give me a thumbs up. Give me your favorite emoji. Okay. Philemon, I don't even know if that's a question. If it's a question, please go ahead to ask your question so we can continue. Okay. So now, what are those high demand tech skills that, let me share this again because I don't feel like it's sharing correctly. Um, what are those high in demand tech skills? Okay. Philemon says, Steven said, now I'm a solar installer. How do I build my profile? Do you mean your LinkedIn? Do you mean your portfolio? Okay. So as a solar installer, I would like to assume that you go install what now? The solar panels and so on and so forth. Okay. And you've been able to work for different type of clients, home clients, companies, and so on and so forth. You'll be able to lead your team to do that. Okay. So that in itself, leading people, I would say you have like 4 or 5 people or 2, 3 people you work with, communicating with your clients when they give you their budget to when you finish. That is one project. Okay. I would also like to assume in the course of your entire life, you might correct me if I'm wrong, that's not the only thing you've done. There are other things you've been able to do so far. These would form the second and third project. If not, if you decide to proceed with the program, you would have more than 10, 15 projects that you're going to be working on. So that would continue to build your case. Okay. So if it's just that, that's your first project. If you're also looking at, oh, that's the only field I want to work in, that's one of the projects you put up. If you're looking to diversify, we can help you get more projects. Okay. So we have Picolami for the CV. I don't have any experience because I'm just learning product design. So what should I put here? Great question. As you said, you are learning product design. I just hope when you say you are learning, you're not just going to watch videos. You are actually creating things. Okay. So if you are creating things, that ties into your project. As a product designer, you are building what now? Let's say you're building for websites and so on and so forth. You built a couple that ties into your project. Okay, or the product that you're creating. You won't build for just one type of industry. You are building for the food industry, you're building for this industry, you're building for that. That is your project. Okay. So now if you go ahead with the program, it's now, oh, how can I use AI to be able to build this faster? Okay, so the very first thing is, oh, you're able to build this. That's your first project. The second project is, oh, how can I use AI to do it faster? That's the second project. Okay, and you get more as you go on. So one thing you need to know about learning is you're not just learning for the fun of it. You are learning and you are actually building those things. You are making mistakes. You are improving your work. See, your portfolio is not the same for the rest of your life. Okay, it's always updating as you keep getting more skill sets. I don't know if that answers your question. Fikolami. Philemon says, how do I build as a Galtech HR intern? Okay. So yes, I want to diversify. So Stephen, I would come into diversifying just like that. Most of my experience. Oh, God of Israel. Okay, I can't take all these questions at the same time. How do I build my portfolio and LinkedIn profile as a HR intern? So HR, there are different aspects of HR. There's the payroll aspect. There is the recruitment aspect. There's performance management aspect. You have all these aspects. And as an intern, you know what you're privy to. You're not just going to be learning one aspect and leaving the other. You have access to all the different information. So now you are looking at how can I improve what my company is working on to ensure that if it's payroll, if they are doing the old process of payroll, what are the ways that I can improve it with AI? How can I ensure that if they are struggling to just manually input those numbers, they don't even to manually input it again? There is a website that has all that information. That is a project. Oh, when it comes to performance management, instead of them to struggle to build dashboard, you have AI that can build the dashboard to see, oh, in 2023, this person was performing this way. 2024, they are performing this way. AI can do that for you. These are projects, okay? So, funny enough, is your everyday activity that turns into this project. It's not something far-fetched. So, Philemon, I don't know if that answers your question. Eminence says, most of my experiences are basic and irrelevant. Even if you're a caterer, you have a project. It's a project. It is packaging. If you don't know how to package it yourself, just go to AI tool, pour out your heart, and tell it to professionalize whatever you stated to it. You will see that you will never recognize what it gives back to you. Okay, you just need to be able to articulate what you've done so far, articulate your experience. This is what we also would help you in the program end to end. You will get that guide, you get the building, you get how to land job opportunities. We have students right now that are making over 40,000, 50,000 USD every year. Data analysts, product designers, AIDs. As far as you have AI in your name, you know how to use the AI tool, you're good to go. So we'll help you end to end on this. Okay. I see Daniel, I'm pitching AI generally. Okay. So right now, I'll just show you which of them is a good fit. But are there paid HR intern roles? Funny story, in Europe, in US, in Canada, most of these roles for internship, you are paid. Even if it's $10 per hour, you're working a 20-hour work week. Please go and do the maths. You will know how much you are earning at the end of the month. Okay. So please, guys, let's ensure that we're filling the attendance form. So now you are asking me, what are those AI roles that you can get into? Okay, so let me bring that up very quickly. The AI roles that you can get, please just stay with me to the end. I have something very specific I'd like to share with individuals that are with me to the end. If you have more questions, please pardon me, just stick with me to the end. And we'll take those questions. Okay, my screen should be coming up. If you can, excuse me, if you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, okay, thank you so much, Balani. I see Bridget. All right, cool. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so now you want to tell me that, Treasure, what are those high demand skills that are eligible for remote job opportunities? This brings me back to my own personal story. I finished school. I was supposed to go for nursing. I said no. I'm not really interested in doing that. I fulfilled what my parents wanted me to do, but I want to get into tech. I want to make money. I want to make good money. I don't want to make small money. I want to make good money. So what are those roles that will help me get remote role? Okay, that I will stay in this country in Africa. I'll be working for companies across the globe. What are those roles? Okay, so now this brings me to the 10 of them. Most of them ties back to each other, but I'm just going to highlight them quickly. There is the AI business process analyst. Companies on a global level constantly look at, oh, how can I improve my business process? How can this be more productive than this? And the good thing is, once I just slap AI on my name, when I say slap, you need to know how this thing functions. I'm not saying, oh, you don't know how the AI to function and automatically you get those things. No, you need to know how it functions. You build a career as an AI business process analyst. You're not earning anything less than 60,000 USD. Anything less than 60,000 USD. You tell me that, oh, Treasure, I have 5 years as a solar installer. Will I not go and start as a 1-year business analyst? No, that's the good thing. We're going to start you where you are. You want to know how? During the course of the program, you're going to be working on real case studies, real world case studies from companies all over the world. Okay. So those projects you're working with would basically solidify your knowledge. So you're not going to start off as, oh, 1 year. You're basically going to use AI. The business process you're going to be working in, it will be like in the solar industry. So how can you improve the solar industry as an AI business process analyst? The good thing is you already have the technical know-how of what to like how to install solar panels and so on and so. I don't really know the technicalities there, but now on a business standpoint, how can you improve it? You see that this goes into any industry, education, catering, hairstylist, whatever the case may be, it fits into that. Okay. So the thing is, you're not going to lose out on the 5 years that you've been working. You are adding to it with AI. The next one you have is generative AI engineer. You see this photo? It's basically not somebody. It is AI generated. So generating pictures, videos, influencers, those videos you see, those funny videos you laugh about, AI generated, they're making money. You just don't know the technical aspect of how to get that funds. This is what you will learn in the program. AI automation engineering, you're looking at what are those things that are repetitive, that I do day in, day out. How can I automate it? Okay. The next one you have is data analyst. I saw there are a lot of data analysts on the call. Trust me, if I give you a data set with over 10,000 rows and columns of messy data, you will struggle. You will struggle a whole lot. But with AI, in less than 15 minutes, the AI tools, I just impute it. It builds a dashboard. It gives me insights. And now these are what companies are looking for on a global scale. Machine learning engineers. There are a lot of LLMs that you can build with AI that helps your process become faster and better. There are bot systems. I mentioned the predictive bots. There is the support bots, customer bots, sales bots. You are a sales professional. How can I make more conversion? How can I get somebody to buy land as a real estate? This is where AI comes in. You would have a what they call it now. You have a 3D model of how your house should look like. It's not the customer going to go and view the land because the person is in Canada. You can show the person AI representation of how the house should look like. This is where the world is going to. You have AI workflow developer, very similar with AI automation engineer. The AI business analyst, very similar with AI business process analyst. AI projects manager, where I feed off day in, day out, handling projects. You speak to people, you ensure your projects are doing what they need to do as at when due. Okay? The people workforce analyst. This is for HR. You build the HRIS system. It's a website, everything, staff information, disciplinary action, appraisal, performance analysis, anything and everything you can think about HR is on that system. Build it for companies. This is what they are looking for. And then the AI HR analysts, these are top 10. Go check it by yourself. Top 10 globally if you are looking to land roles that pays really well. You don't believe me? These are real job opportunities. Go on LinkedIn, check anywhere. You see these job opportunities. This is 180 to 280,000 USD, 75 to 80,000 USD for HR, for AI data, for AI business analysts. Please don't look at yourself that, oh, I can't get all these things. These are things that people are constantly making money from, and you can also be part of it. Okay. So you also have project manager, 95 to 112,000 USD. Okay. If you're looking at average salary from the Glassdoor, you have 60,000 to 90,000 pounds. If you're in the UK, 80,000 to 138,000 Canadian dollars, and 120 to 180,000 USD. Okay. So for these three courses, okay, the AI for data analytics, you are going to be having foundation. Someone will tell me that I've never done anything data, I've never done anything business analysis. Don't worry. AI automation engineering, data analytics, business analysis, if you've not done anything, do not worry. We are going to start from the basis. I don't expect to just jump from I've never done anything to, oh, go and use AI tool. No, it's a step-by-step process, and we're going to grow with you. So you can see all the AI tools you're working with, N8N, Julius, SQL. I'm not going to bore you with any of this. The facilitators will take time, break it down. You work on projects and so on and so forth, okay? So in terms of the classes, you have Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and then Sundays is self-paced. The program is going to run for 2 months. That is 8 weeks of class, okay? Every single week. Every week, you're working on a project. You're going to build about 10 to 15 projects at the end of the whole program, okay? So now, he learned the skill the right way. Remember I talked about your portfolio? The portfolio that you are building should not sleep in your folder. Put it out there everywhere. Your LinkedIn, your everywhere. You can see that when you have all these Instagram vendors showcasing their products, go on WhatsApp. Their status typically looks like a ring. Please ensure you bombard people with your with the skill you have. If you've never heard anything about me, if you don't take away anything about me personally, one thing you know is I'm an AI project manager, because I said it countless times. Everywhere I go, I showcase and put that forward. And that is basically what your portfolio should do. Don't create that portfolio and say, oh, I'm feeling very motivated right now. I build the portfolio, I put it on LinkedIn, and I call it a day. No, you create more projects. Okay, I know sometimes some of the documents you're working with are sensitive. You don't need to share all the information online. Your process is what needs to be online. If you want to trademark your process, great. If nobody has ever done it before, great. But ensure that that is constantly, you are in people's face about your skill set. Why? When people should think about a project manager, they should think about me. When they should think about a data analyst, they should think about you. When they think about an AI automation engineer, they should think about you. The only way they can do it, if you constantly put it in their minds, you constantly show up as that particular person, okay? So the very next thing is, like I said, you're going to be working on 10, not 1, not 2, not 3, 10 to 15 projects, okay? So this is basically what you're going to be working on. Looking at the different projects you can see on my screen, everything, you get the counseling on how to do it. You'll be given the assignments on how to do it. You go back, you create what you want to do. You come back, you're also going to be graded for each of them. So this is how it's going to work. So once you finish with the program, you complete your certification, you complete your project, you're going to be getting a certificate. This certificate is accredited by two key accreditation companies on a global scale. You have the American Council of Training and Development for America, and you also have the CPD in the UK. So these two certification boards, it means that the certificate you are carrying carries weight. You can use it globally. For people who like to ask me, oh, Treasure, I'm a high school dropout, I'm a business. It doesn't matter. You have the certification of what is required to land those roles. You have the portfolio for what is required to land those roles. The world has moved beyond. I'm not saying don't get your BSc, don't get your, it helps. But if, life showed you that or put you in that situation where you don't have those things, this elevates you. If you already have it, this is a very strong bonus point, to be able to hit more goals with it. Okay. So now, gaining foreign work experience. How are you going to be able to gain those work experience? Like I mentioned, Analytics is actually based out of Canada and also the UK. So what does that mean for you? All the projects that you're working on is affiliated with the company. So in turn, the foreign experience that they are fighting you to have, which you already have technically, is going to be given to you based on the project that you're working on. One thing we tell our participants, put on your LinkedIn, put on your CV, I'm working as a consultant for analytics. Why? Because it's so sad that the companies globally need to just say, oh, you're working for a company in Canada and they need a reference letter to back it up. They're good to go. That's one thing that can also push you over the ledge. Okay. So we want to ensure that you have all of this fully situated, and this is what you'll be getting from the foreign work experience aspect. Okay. So the very next thing is knowing where and how to apply for job opportunities. Okay. So the job opportunities that are currently available is not just LinkedIn. I know you've heard me say LinkedIn 1,000 times, but there are so many more job opportunities or job boards to apply for. For individuals that are looking for visa-sponsored roles, there's visa jobs, there's remote workership, there's hand, there's outlier, there are all these boards. We also have internal paid job boards that will help our participants apply for roles. We have students, we have at least an average of 10, 15 students interviewing every single week. Every single week, they come for interview prep. The other thing you're going to be benefiting from the program, every time that you get an interview, we don't leave you alone to go face your music yourself. No, we actually prepare you in the scenario of how it's going to run. We simulate how the interview is going to be like to ensure that you're fully prepared to land those roles. Okay, so there's the job boards, and then one other very interesting aspect is the reference letter that you'll be requiring. So we have Frank. I know I saw some fresh graduates. Frank was a fresh graduate who was serving in Rivers State. Okay, his background was in education. But he was able to go in for the Generative AI for Data Analytics program in November 2025, and he finished his program in February 2026. He was now able to land a role as a data as a data survey and analyst officer for a innovation. Let me take it again. He's working for a UK-based company in Anambra, bringing innovation of solar-powered mobile vehicle into the state. There's someone who said he works as a solar installer. You can see that now this person is moving from education to data analytics for a solar company. This is where you can also function, earn in pounds, earn in USD, however the case may be. Okay. Then we also have Esther, who was able to get a data analyst role. She was already a data analyst, but she wants to be able to get a work remotely. And she knows data, but she doesn't know how to use AI in data analytics to help her productivity level. She joined the Analytics AI for Data Analytics program in February of 2026, and she was able to complete her program in May 2026. Right now, she is an AI data collection and video data annotation specialist. Can see this is how far AI takes them. And once you just attach AI to your name, you are good to go. So Joseph was also able to get a reference letter and got a job in May of 2026, and is also currently working as an AI automation specialist for a company globally. Okay, so one thing you need to know is when it comes to us providing you with reference letter with the support that you need, you're going to get it from us 1001%. Okay, so how oh my God, I forgot that there were thousands and one testimonial. Chiemere Frank, was able to get the reference letter that was also required of him, and so many more testimonials. So, how do we help you land job opportunities? It goes in three simple steps. It sounds simple, but it's a combination of our help and your willingness. So you pick a particular program. Oh, is it AI automation, AI for business, AI for data? You'll be able to gain experience and build your portfolio. Will help you review and revamp your CV. If you don't have a CV, set it up. We'll optimize your LinkedIn profile. You get your portfolio. Another thing I failed to mention was the mentorship session. We have a lot of individuals that land roles through referrals. How did they get those roles? Our students that have gotten jobs, they come back and they're able to share the roles that they are looking for internal. Like I said, in my place of work, we have over 2-3 different roles coming up, popping up. And if I recommend you internally, you have a higher chance of landing a role than someone who comes outside to apply for those jobs. That is why we tell our students it's not just to apply, build your network. Okay. We'd also be able to provide you with a job reference letter for you to land those job opportunity. And we show you how to apply. Like I said, you don't have a one size fits all resume. No, you have a resume that pertains to each job opportunity. And people will tell me that, oh, treasure, I cannot sit down and be creating this resume. You don't have to do that. This is what AI is for. You are working smarter, not harder. I'm not going to tell you apply 10 jobs every day. And I know that you've gone to work, you're coming back, you're tired, you're dealing with the kids. AI does that for you. So we're going to show you how to make use of AI to apply for roles, to get tailored CV for tailored opportunities. Okay, so let's go to a very interesting question. Even me, my own answer here is no, but I would like to hear from you. Are you comfortable, salary wise, position wise, mentally wise, physically wise, where you are right now? If you're comfortable, type yes and drop off the call. If you are not, type no in the chat. I want to know the people who are not comfortable, looking to have something better, who wants to really improve where they are. If you're comfortable where you are, just type yes and drop off the call. This call is not meant for you, to be very honest. If you're not comfortable where you are, type no in the chat so I know the individuals who we're going to be working with. Are you comfortable where you are right now? Okay. Have we slept, guys? Have we slept? Are you guys still with me? If you're still with me, give me a thumbs up and just type no if you're not comfortable. If you are not with me and you slept off, please remove your device. I want to see the people that are still here. Can you still hear me? If you can still hear me, please give me a thumbs up. If we're still on the call, please give me a thumbs up. Uh, can anyone still hear me? Okay, now I'm even confused. Can you still hear me?
Hi, Treasure. We can hear you, and we're also reacting, and there are a lot of no's on the chat box as well. Okay, it's when it got to the most interesting part, Treasure just disappeared. All right. Good evening, everyone. Treasure will definitely come back because I could see a lot of no's. A lot of people are not comfortable where they are, and trust me, we know what it's like. I've been in that situation. Treasure has been in that situation. And when you say you are not comfortable, we know exactly what it means to not be comfortable. And luckily, it doesn't end in you just answering yes or no. There is a practical roadmap that Treasure will be sharing with every single person on this call tonight. a roadmap that you can start running with as soon as she's done speaking. So trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. Let's just give her like 2 minutes to join in. By the way, if you have any questions, this is the perfect time to ask. You can use the chat box or use the raise hand icon to ask your questions, okay? But definitely Treasure will be back to share the roadmap that you can use to run with as soon as tonight. And one more thing, if you are yet to fill the attendance form, this is another perfect time. So now you're not wondering, should I leave the call and fill the form, or should I leave my screen? Will I miss out anything on what Treasure is sharing and all of that? No, that confusion will not be there. So my colleague Tolulope Zuliat, they will be sharing the attendance form link again. Please fill it. Why should you fill the form? Aside the interesting things you're learning tonight, you also get to have access to the slides Treasure has been using to teach us tonight. And then you would also get the recording of this session so that you can replay it in your free time. Martha says she can't see the attendance form. Hi, Martha, can you see the form Zuliat Suleiman just dropped there? So you can see https:/tinyurl.com 10ab for corporate. Just click on it and you are good to go. All right, I can see some hands up. Paul Simon, is this an existing hand or do you have a question so that you can ask your question now? You can just give me a thumbs up, Paul Simon, if you have a question, and I'll give you access to speak. Same thing for Muyiwa Giwa, Philemon. I think Daniel just raised his hand, so I'm guessing Daniel has a question. Paul Simon, do you have a question? If not, please use you can put down your hand so that we can move over to Muyiwa, then Philemon, and then Daniel. Oh, awesome. I think Treasure is back. So I know I wanted to take questions from you, or Daniel will still take your questions. Treasure will definitely take the questions. Okay. So once she's done sharing the roadmap she has for everyone tonight, she will take your questions. All right, Treasure, over to you.
Yes, sincere apologies, everyone. Tripped off my router. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up. I'm so sorry. When I didn't get any response, I knew something was wrong. If you can hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, beautiful, sensational. Please, for the attendance form, Tolulope, please, can you reshare? Poise, you can't see it. It's pretty important that they feel it. I really like to reach out to people once we're done with the session as much as I can. Okay. All right. So I think where we were before I was abruptly thrown off is, asking if you're comfortable. I don't know if you guys like responded or not, but I'd like to assume that we did. Please, I didn't catch that. If you did, please just humor me by putting that back. If you're comfortable where you are right now, I didn't get to see your responses, but please just humor me by doing it one more time. Okay, no, I'm not. No, fantastic. Okay, I like to understand that you guys aren't comfortable. Let's leave all these testimonials. Let's go to the main thing. Okay, so the programs that I've mentioned are all coming up pretty soon, but I have special packages. Not even looking at the course, to be very honest, but in the actual sense, we have a course coming up September 5th for all the programs I've mentioned, all the processes I've talked about, your CV, employability, yada, yada, yada. Is going to go through this end to end. Okay. So I really want you to get into this program. Okay. Since you're not comfortable with where you are, if you are looking to make money, like serious money, legitimately have skill sets that people would revere you for, this is literally where you need to be. AI automation, AI for business. If you are in the finance space, AI for data, we have different types. Okay. If you're not sure where you need to be, you can just put the questions in the chat and trust me, I'll get to them. Okay. So In terms of this program, like I mentioned, there are three of them. Okay. So, what are those three programs? There is the business analysis, there's the automation, and there's the data and HR analytics. Okay. Please don't run away. Oh. These prizes, these programs, we'll talk about it. But like I said, I do have something for you right at the tail end of the program. Okay. So if you are, looking at the business perspective of things, or how can I build my business? How can I earn more profit? How can I run this business better? AI for business analysis is your best bet. If you are looking at, oh, how can I automate processes regardless of the industry? How can I build bots? How can I trade more as a forex trader, crypto trader, whatever you currently do? There is AI for that. And then if you're a data professional, data scientist, data analyst, whatever the case may be, you're a HR professional, you want to build the HRI system, you want to build your recruitment platform, improve your performance analysis, there are AI tools for that. Okay. So we're going to show you every single thing you need to do. Okay. Not just doing that. The whole point of this conversation was your portfolio. How can you build your portfolio? We're going to guide you through that end to end, your CV, your LinkedIn, interview, every single thing. Okay. So now this program, you can actually register now and not start now. You can register and not start in September. You want to start in October, you also have the opportunity to do that. Okay. So you can either register now, start in September, or you register and start in October. Okay. So once you get on the website, you're able to pick, between both of them, which of them, works best for you. So it will take you to this part. If you're looking to enroll, click on enroll now. I already have an account, so I'm just going to go to sign in. If you don't, sign up, okay? So once you sign in, go back to sign in and continue. It will take you to the payments page. No thanks. So let me just do it directly from the site. So I'll just click on enroll now. So once I've done that, it's going to take me to the payments page where I choose the particular program cohort I want to register, September, October. So we have two payments plans. It is either you are looking to go for the full cohort, that's September, or you're looking to go for October. So you can either choose to make a one-time payment, or you can pay in 2 installments. If you are paying once, okay, there's currently a discount. You can see that it is discounted from 250,000 and is also discounted from 360,000. If you're paying one time, you're making a full payment of 200,000 naira. If you're paying in 2 installments, you are paying 140,000 naira twice. Okay, so you have these different options. But like I said, I have something for you. You need to get on this as soon as possible. We have limited slots for all this program. Once it fills up, that's the end of it. Okay. And if you're waiting to go for the next program, or I want to register in September, I want to register in October, however the case may be, you might not meet it at this discount price. I want you to benefit from this discount price. Okay. So please ensure you lock in your slot. You don't have the full amount. There's the installments plan for you to go through, but ensure that you pick one of them right about now. Okay. So now let's move on into what I specifically have for those individuals that stayed up until this point. Let's move on from all of this. Let's move on from your concern. I have more. I myself have particularly spoken about my career. Right now, I'm working for 3 companies. 3 companies, one in the UK, one in Europe, and one in Canada. I'm in Nigeria and I make money in USD and euros. Okay. I also want to be able to help you figure out what that plan looks like end to end. So, well, the discount this evening is for 10 people, but out of those 10 people, I want to help 5 people personally, specifically map out an end-to-end plan of how to achieve your goals, how to build your CV, what that looks like. If you want to start networking with people, what are you supposed to say? All of that. What type of roles you need to apply for? This is going to be a session with you and myself to help you hit your goals very, very fast. But this is just for 5 people. 5 people and 5 people alone. If you know that this is of interest to you, trust me, you would have my time, you would be able to pick my brain on certain things. I would give you my full on attention. It's a one-on-one session to get you through the process. You need to lock in your slot this evening. Okay. I have 5 slots. When that 5 slots is up, I move on. Okay. You would definitely be able to get benefit from every other thing, but this is reserved for people that I'm going to have conversations with and who are able to register this evening. Okay. So that being said, I know Uche was trying to get some questions and all. If you have any questions, I can see people's hands raised. Please put your question. Winner says, what of product management? Products, projects, business analysis, they all tie back into the same thing. Okay. If you're looking at your SDLC, your software development lifecycle, being a product owner, everything that pertains to product and projects management is going to be covered in AI for business analysis and projects management. Okay. So Winner, I hope that answers your question. If you have any questions at all, might not be pertaining to money, might pertain to what I've been mentioning so far. If you have any questions, please put up your hands, or you can, if you're not in the speaking mode, trust me, I'm the only one in the speaking mode. Okay. If you're not in the speaking mode, please put your questions in the chat. I'm going to give everyone access, to turn on their mic, but we're going to follow an orderly pattern. Daniel said, what of graphics design? Graphics design is an AI automation. AI automation engineering covers that. It is a workflow that looks at not just how you limit yourself to graphic designing. There is product design, all treading the line of UI UX design, because I'm not gonna kid you, graphics design is slowly fading out because AI is doing a lot of that. It's doing a lot of heavy lifting. So if you are looking at, how can you branch out but still be in what you currently do, then AI automation is the best aspect for you. Okay. Please, do we have any questions? And if you are locking in your slots, please share the receipts with either Zuliat is on the call. So Zuliat, send her the receipt, send myself the receipt. I'm going to put up my number as well. You can send me a WhatsApp message with your receipt, and then we'll be able to schedule the call for the one-on-one session. But these 5 people, trust me, end to end, like I said, I have testimonial personally, people that have helped land rules. Funny story is, I help people in the US. I mean, like white folks. Me, I'm in Nigeria. I'm not in the US. I help people, actual whites with 10, 15 years of experience, get jobs. People, you'd ask me that, how is that possible? But yeah, that is basically my role as a career coach, and I'm slowly perfecting it. Okay. So Muyiwa, your hands are raised. If you have any question, please go ahead with your question. Hi Muyiwa, are you there? Muyiwa, your hands are raised. Hi Muyiwa, are you on the call? Okay, I'm not getting any feedback. Are there any questions? Any questions? Please, if you make payment, please send your receipt to Ziliat, so that she can guide you through the registration process. I saw a lot of questions when I came in. Like, you guys had, or Uche, would you take over? Because like it now seems that they are shy, and nobody has questions all of a sudden. If you have any questions, realistically, even if you are in the diaspora, US, UK, and you're looking at what's the best pathway to get better jobs, get tech related roles, this is something that we can support you to do. Okay, so if no one is speaking, I'm going to go on a name by name basis that I can see on my screen, start calling people, and then hopefully that would get people talking. For you to remain on this call to this point, it means that there's some level of interest. It's just that you will need a sort of clarification, and that's what the conversation would be on. Okay, so Barakat, are you still on the call? Okay, Adetumbi Badebo, please go on.
Yes, I'm here. Barakat is here.